Okay, good evening, everybody. Looks like my hair is stuck up like an alien tonight. We always fit the themes, and that's so cool. Uh, Uncertain how this feed will be. I hope it's going well. Can someone just make a comment to assure that the feed is not interrupted on your end? It's going great here on my end. At least it's second by second. It's not jumping. So, am I good? You guys seeing me? Just someone say yes if everything's flowing, please, and thank you. Okay, I'll go ahead. Close encounters with ships. A few of you, uh, let's say individually, are starting to have encounters with your ships very close. Uh, some even, let's say, landing. So it's very real. Those of you beginning to have your experiences with your ships actually landing or coming very close, we strongly encourage you to openly share that as well as testimony. So each one does, what you feel um, and what you're guided to do in respect to that. But again, we always uh, remind you how beneficial it is to the whole for you to share everything openly without any restrictions. So it's important, but to let the other ones of you know that are still working on bringing your ships closer and bringing them into this now that we are getting the feedback that it is actually happening in this reality, that it's not a uh, third eye thing, that it's actually part of this reality that you can physically see. Now, there still are, in respect with this, even though you're able to uh, phys- physically interact with the ship and with your sight to be able to see it, there are still at these early times, there are, let's say, mechanisms in place that others do not see them as well yet. Only those that are able to see them will, see them and can comment on them. But that will expand very quickly if needed. And everything in respect to that is, let's say, overseen from yourselves in your conscious level when you are in the astral or whatever, where we decide, things and what we're going to introduce to the timelines and these sort of things. Um, so having said that, you just keep going ahead with what you feel, never question nor doubt, and don't have any reserves. It's strongly encouraged to keep putting your stuff out there. That's how we make this change. That's how we see the timelines. You don't sit inside of your closet with a many boxes of goodies and keep them in there. No, get them out, and you change everything with that. Okay, so ships, beautiful. More of you are experiencing them very closer, getting good looks at them. Some minimal interaction yet, but uh, much much more advanced than your experiences of before. Just seeing one away in the sky and just innerly knowing that it was a ship. So we're bringing this down in more into this reality. So it's beautiful. Um, so that is occurring. Now, the concurrent, the shift that is ongoing currently, it is actually a shift. It's a two-part shift. It's a shift of approximately, let's say, 12 hours within a 36-hour shift as well. So the effects of this shift will be ongoing for approximately from this now another 12 hours before everything is integrated. But what the shift is about, it's to seed you with further knowledge very rapidly, so everyone be open to what you're receiving. So, you know, the divine knowledge from the etheric realm, be open to everything you're receiving. Do not question it. And we strongly suggest for you to put it out there for the others, because during this shift, we are seeding the timelines to allow this shift to be more successful in creating this new timeline that we are entering. So your creational abilities, your manifestation abilities suffice at this time while in these forms enough to do that. So we are creating actually several timelines with this. So whatever information you get, you know, put it out there. But if for some reason your guidance tells you not to, you must follow that as well. But understand that there is an overall process occurring where we're putting as much of the content out to the collective and to the public during these times. So that is occurring. Also, with this current shift, we are aligning the future timelines also to, let's say, enhance and to entice further unity among you. We do require more gatherings by you coming into the physical and adjusting your energetic field. So the physical engagements by you getting together is important as well. So that's encouraged for you to keep getting together, you know, in your groups. Even two, you know, makes a difference. So when two of you get together, you know, there's a lot of energy work going on, and the more of you get together, the quicker the codes are transmitted, your gifts, and, you know, all of this comes online much more quicker. But also the overall collective and what's happening on Gaia is also subsequently affected, so that the overall vibration is raised as well to construct the new timelines you are seeding. So what makes it complete is around Gaia. The more meetings you have here, what you are actually doing is you're anchoring the 5D grid through energetics, and you are attaching not only yourselves, but everyone that is part of your gatherings as well. You are attaching etherically to the 5D grid, if that kind of makes sense, to try to keep it simple what's occurring. And so, you know, the 5D grid is the overlay for the 5D, the upper 5Ds, I should say. We have integrated a couple of the 5D lower timelines that we are quite satisfactorily in place, but we are constantly creating other ones that reflect and cause and affect the change, so that we are not stagnant. So this is a constant evolution with this. And so am I still rolling there pretty good, you guys? I guess so. Maybe not. In this feed. I believe we're still doing good. Yes, Seattle's Seattle's important. That needs to come up very quickly, Seattle. So, okay, great. Yeah, Thank you, Mark. Okay, good. So this current shift, there may be some discomforts, but as you know, with this whole ascension, that every symptom you ever could imagine, mimics every disease that was known to man. Well, a lot of you had it, and you get it, but we know it's ascension. And sometimes some of you very concerned that you have a bad disease, and you go to the doctors, get all these tests run, but boom, we slip an angel in there as the doctor, and the doctor will smile, we find nothing wrong with you. So that's because there isn't, and that's to give your assurance, so alleviate any fears in that respect. And for the new ones, though, that are watching this, this is what's occurring. You're not sick. And, if you're watching this, you were at that point that, perhaps you just come back from a doctor after being so sick, and he's telling you, or she, that there's nothing wrong with you. Well, then you just arrived here. This is why, these are ascension symptoms. The entire physical vessel you have is being changed within. There's a lot of beautiful work being done with it, and you're in store for some exciting times as we keep going forward. So very quickly again, so this shift is, that's essentially what it's about. Some of those discomforts, for instance, in this physical vessel, um, I was instructed to sleep for about 2 hours. Just a few hours ago, I had to lay down and just let the body rest, and I went somewhere in the astral. I just didn't know where I was at, but I just left the physical vessel to rest, and when I awoke, it was just extreme heat, and had all the heat off here. It's cool, and so that is one of the discomforts. You may feel extreme heat. It depends individually what you feel. Some of you may not feel anything. Some of you may feel the heat. There is an individuality with what you feel with this, and you know it. And just because you don't feel any symptoms, that does not mean you're being upgraded. It's just that you're not being upgraded where it causes a symptom. So you just keep going forward with it. You're doing everything perfect, and we just keep going forward and trust in that. So want to try to keep these short. And coming up, I put a post out Friday. I believe Todd and I are going to do a show to get specifically into in the past why some of you were targeted by the dark. Um, some of the tactics the dark used in their targeting you, and perhaps how the dark knew beforehand to attempt to suppress you. So we're going to be covering things in that show like that, and also where you're at now, anyone targeted now, that anyone that feels they're targeted now, this is more or less a divine experience orchestrated before you to get the experience now, so that you're able to assist others that are coming out of that area of the population that were targets as well. But in this time right now, no one is targeted by the dark. These are assimilations of the light to very quickly give you the experience of what the dark was, what they would do, some of their tactics. And it'll seem very real. I know some of you will say, like, yeah, like that's a demon there and it's attacking me, but it's all simulated divinely to get your acquaintance with it, to let you know that it is very real, and all of the experience with it, to understand the dynamics of how it works, but also to understand the dynamics of how you dissipate it and make it disappear. So you need to know that end of the process as well. So it is a process. You're introduced to a dark thing that looks like a demon, and gee, I got quite a hairdo. Anyway, so but it's divinely orchestrated at this time. The darkness lost any prowess they had here in 2012. So since that time, most of it's been divinely orchestrated for you that are watching her. For some of the others that are about to awaken, let's say some intentional dark suppression was allowed to occur, but it was monitored divinely always, that the one it was occurring to was always safe from anything that was not in their soul contract. So it's a mixed bag of what's going on, but at the end of the day, you cannot die. You exist forever, and that's what it is. So great. So yeah, so more downloads to prepare you for this immediate timeline that we're coming out of, or this shift that we're coming out of, here in several hours' time. So you'll come out the other side of that with a much more enhanced perceived expression to yourself, a higher inner knowing, integration integration of just a gold orb up there. That's what I was laughing about. More integration of the higher consciousness, as well as being integrated to you on various levels. Though some might just receive a wee bit, a singular thought of truth, while others might receive a whole bag of downloads. And this is to prepare you for these timelines here that we are entering now. We are entering them now. You are in an incubation period. So great. And as always, no concerns with anything, and never a reason to fear anything. We're going forward. We got control of this. Your ships are here. So share openly whatever you get as we expand with this global coverage, if you will, of integrating the 5D more intactly to the populace, to the individuals, so that they awaken and advance much quicker. Who made the rule that angels are all good? Well, the bad guys made that. Are all good and the demons are bad anyway. And yes, my God is one of the fallen. Oh, okay. That was someone that's something about the dark, I guess. But to quickly answer that question, the darks did that by free will and free choice from some of the first splits from source. They chose to go out and create bad things. So that's a dark facet. That's not us. We are the light. And any of those dark integrations we had from the past, that is part of your purging process that everyone goes through, to eliminate those, to stand in your divine prowess. And that's what it is. So the light is one, yes, and we are the light. And really, you know, for us, there is no darkness. We can take it out. Darkness meaning, you know, the negative, demonic, or ill intent. It does not exist for us unless we allow it there to see what it's about to assist others. But as many of you know, you have mastered it. You're at the level that it has no effect, no control on you, that you see darkness, some of you get happy, like, okay, we got to go and get this, take it out. You know, it's a game. So with that, in respect to that, because you are powerful to do that. So this is what we are, and let you go. And love you guys, and love and light, and talk to you soon. And doing a show Friday. There's so much I could stay on here all night and talk, as we know, but got to keep these things limited and incrementally put them in as we keep advancing, you know, topics and subjects. Oh, dragon energy. I might need to do one on that here very shortly, because that is so important as well. But love you, and I'll sign off for this one and talk to you real soon. Love and light. Have a beautiful night.